What was speaking of, like, lingering on that for a bit? We 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 were talking about the short and how it kind of transitioned over the years to
Yeah,
become the film. What was that period like? Because it was like a couple of years, right?
yeah,
Between
yeah.
the short.
2015 to 2000, yeah, I mean, till last year. Yeah, it was a lot of stop and go kind of a thing. Um,
Hurry up
when
and
we
wait.
made the yeah, basically when we made the pilot, for instance, that was with Adult Swim, so it technically kind of went into HBO Max later on. It wasn't even, um, but and there was a lot of in between stuff. I mean, I think that there was like a shopping deal with one studio, and then it was like, okay, that's not going anywhere. I think ultimately, I mean, I guess making the pilot, I was like, I think this is going to see the light of day. I think this is going to become a show at some point. I just don't know
Hmm.
when, and I don't know with who. Uh, but it was a lot of stop and go. And honestly, in hindsight, I'm kind of like grateful. It allowed us to kind of stop and think about a lot of this stuff. And I remember when we were first making it, and when we were making the pilot, I remember being so concerned about uh, things that were coming out around that time that felt too similar, and I was like, what's the point? What am I doing? It's just funny how much of that kind of like passed by, and I was like, oh, that's insane. And then I remember someone told me this, um, but apparently, like, no, I'm not comparing myself to David Lynch at all. But I just thought this was a funny thing. David Lynch was worried about. Apparently, he was making Eraserhead and had to stop for financial reasons, and was just um, had to kind of like put a pause on everything, and was freaking out that somebody else was going to make Eraserhead. They just says it all. Like you do not have to worry. That is so like you, and no one's gonna make that. But I kind of feel similar with just Scavengers. Like I was worried about when Annihilation came out. I was terrified at first, but I don't know. It feels like it's a different enough thing.
Yeah, Annihilation was way different. Like
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
way different. Like
yeah,
you could argue concept wise, but then like everything kind of is a derivative of everything.
yeah.
Like
Right. No, for sure.
yeah.
Absolutely.